Okay, so welcome. Let's come to day 4. We are still continue on the products, but it's going to be the last day. After today, you basically have a much better understanding on overall insurance product and also insurance the technical things inside. Okay, so today we're going to talk about investment link fund. Okay, because a lot of time you go out there, people tell you this is investment link product. So what is investment link product? It's basically the insurance you learn for past 2 days, the 4 type of coverage, and then it bundle with the investment. So the investment is called investment link fund. So it's investment bundle with the 4 coverage. So today we will zoom in, look into what is this investment link fund about. So first of all, let's check how many of you invest in unit trust fund. Jin, do you invest in unit trust fund, or do you expose to what is unit trust fund? Any idea that you have? Or Adam, do you have any idea what is unit trust?
No, but I've heard of it.
You heard about it, but not too sure how it works. Okay, yeah. Awesome. How about Jin?
No, but most of my some of my friends is doing in banking. They talk a lot about this. They even give unit trust as a gift to someone else.
I see.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I doesn't know what is the mechanism of the unit trust fund.
I see. All right. Then tonight will be definitely will be a value added knowledge to you, so that at least you know what is it about when your friends ask you to invest. Okay, so unit trust fund basically works in 3 parties. Okay, so the first party, it's called the fund manager. Okay, so what happened? Okay, imagine you just take unit trust fund as a company. Okay, this company is going to hire a fund manager. Okay, and the fund manager, of course, it will have a profile, whether what is the experience, what kind of fund you handled before, how knowledgeable, and of course his qualification. So we will instruct this fund manager to invest according to objective set. So that means we will tell the fund manager, okay, now we want you to invest on this risk appetite. We want you to invest in global. We want you to invest in US market. So you give an objective, and then you hire a fund manager to run this fund, to invest and deliver the best return. So this is how it works. Okay, what is the benefits by doing so? So of course it's professional, because you have someone who qualified, have experience, and then is specialized. It's not emotional, I would say. You know, when we invest, if any of you have investment experience, we tend to, like, when the market is up, wow, we're excited, we want to invest more. But when the market is down, we're like, would the COVID destroy the world? With all my money gone in the drain now? Should I invest more to buy at low price, or should I cut loss? So we tend to be emotional. So, but when you hire someone, they specialize, their job is to do it factually, logically, and because this is not their money, so they have to handle it professionally. And then of course they are more resourceful. So it's not just one fund manager. Basically there will be a team. That means it is a fund manager plus a team to collect all the data, analysis, study, all the company background, which company fundamentally good, upcoming, if the markets cut interest rate, increase interest rate, what would happen. So they have a team to study where to invest. So that is where the fund hires someone to do the investment. So that's the first party. All right. Okay. Now move to second party. Second party is the customer. Okay, or it's us basically. Okay. So this one, it's you and me. We are the unit holder. So we are the unit holder. We pool our investment. Yeah, we pool our investment, I put 500, I put 1,000, you put 100,000, 50,000, it pool. So the advantage is it will be at a bigger fund size. Okay, it will be talking about 100 million, 1 billion. Yeah, it's talking about that big pool size. So when it's big pool size, we can enjoy economy of scale. Okay, economy of scales mean, hey, with this pool size, we just have to take a 0.5%. We can hire the specialist fund manager here. But 1% I cannot hire. So when we pool, we just take 0.5% and we tell the fund manager, okay, you achieve this is what we pay you. Yeah. And then also with that fund size, when we want to invest, we actually pay a lower commission. That means lower than, let's say you buy a share today in the market, you have to pay 0.6%. This one, we will probably pay only 0.2% because we are talking about a big fund size. And of course, also more powerful. When you are rich, you want to invest also, you don't get the information of what public get. You'll probably ring up Maybank and like, Maybank, I want to invest in your company. Send me your investment team. Brief us what is your next year plan. Tell us more. So it's different when you pool your resources. You basically can invest more, have more information. So this is we want to take the advantage of pooling technically. Okay, so that's the second party. And last, we call that trustee. Trustee. Okay, I say trustee a bit float. I give you a real example. In Malaysia, there are HSBC trustee. There are RHB trustee. So normally, quite a lot of banks, they also give a service called trustee. So their job is like a watchdog. Their job is to capture the fund manager, to check the fund manager's account, because we don't know, we engage this fund manager who is going to check all the accounts. Are they doing rightly or not? Are they abuse my fund or not? So we engage a trustee. They are accountable to check the fund managers, are they doing the right things? So if fund manager if fund manager cheat the fund, then you are trustee. So that's why normally the bank with a strong financial background can be a trustee. So if anything goes wrong, you're going to pay. You're going to pay back. So they act as a watchdog. So professionals and accountable. So these are the three parties in a unit trust. So if you look at the slide here, it managed the fund and paid the fund manager management fee. And then we invest, and then what we get back is income distributions or capital appreciations in the investment. And the trustee will get trustee fees, and their job is to safeguard the interest of all the unit holder. So this is how unit trust three parties relationship works. Okay, all right. So now outside, you can have public mutual is one of the pioneer in Malaysia and one of the famous fund house. So we call it fund house. So this public mutual. So they work like that, and they have many different funds. So that means they have one fund, engage this fund manager, invest in that way. So they have a different fund concurrently under public mutual. So that's how it works. So, and then others one will be like Kenaga is also a fund house, UOB also fund house. There are a lot. We're talking about, I don't know, 50, 60 fund houses in Malaysia right now. But the most common one we always hear about is public mutual. So it's also exactly like that, but they call that mutual fund. Yeah, it's normally mutual fund is the US term, but public call that public mutual fund. Others call that unit trust. That's the only thing, but it's exactly the same things. It works. Okay, all right, so far. Okay, so let's move on. So now, so in Prudential, we also have our own investment fund, exactly works like this, same as what in the market. So Prudential also have the same investment fund under the insurance arm. So the name we call that is called investment linked fund. That's the only difference. Same mutual fund, unit trust, this is called investment linked fund. All right. So now for investment linked fund, these are all the funds available. You can basically, where you can check, let me just share with you. I share with you the actual website whereby you can also check it. It's public. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so it's just a public I mean it's just a company website, prudential.com.my, and then okay, products. You go to products, you come down there, it's a saving and investment. Yeah, they can go down, sorry. Okay, products. If fund here, you go to products, you come down, there is a fun fact sheet. You go to the fun fact sheets. Inside there, these are all the funds available. They are local investment fund. The fund invests in Malaysia. These are all the fund with different fund names. And they are also funds invest in global and global names. So fund manager, they asked to invest in Asia equity. They are asked to invest in Asia local bond. So you can invest in any different objective. Okay. So let me come back to the slide here. Okay. And then you can also find the fund prices. So every fund will have a fund price there, and it just indicate how much the fund price. And this one is also published in the website. You can check from time to time how's the investment doing. So now when you go to the fund fact sheet that I showed you just now, if you download it, then you're going to see a fund fact sheet like this. So that means this is the paper that explains to you the detail of this investment. Yeah. Okay. So I'm showing you an example, one of the fund. So this fund is called Dragon Peacock Fund. All right. So this is one of the fund. So just now I say Asia Equity Fund. So this fund called Dragon Peacock Fund. Okay. So what does Dragon Peacock Fund means? Okay. So it explains the objective here. Dragon Peacock Fund is aimed for maximum long-term return. Okay, blah 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 blah. So in simple, it invests in Dragon, which is China, and they invest in Peacock, that is India. So the money that collected from the policy holder will invest in these two countries. Okay. Okay. Number two, you can see down there, there is a allocation, 50% in China, 48.6% in India. Yeah, 1.4% holding in cash. Yeah. All right. And then what others info you can get from the fund? Fund incepted in 11 January 2010. Okay. And then the fund size is 1.09 billion. As at, if you look at the top here, as at 31st October. Yeah. So as at 31st October, the fund size is 1.09 billion. Okay. So this fund is not just started, it's already 11 years. Yeah. 11 full years. Okay. Yeah. So this is how you can pick some of the figures. And you can also see there's like annual fund management charges 1.5%. This is where the fund, it take 1.5% for the management fees that hire the fund manager and invest, and the whole team, basically the whole investment team. Yeah. And this is the current fund price. Okay. All right. So this is the fund fact sheet. Okay. This is the first half of the fund fact sheet. If I continue, this is the second part. This and just now that one is joined into one A4 page. Okay. So if I want to study further, okay, so invest in China, invest in India. What are the companies? All right. So in China, you can see these are the company that invest in China. Number one, Tencent Holding. So Tencent Holding is 7% of the whole portfolio. So what is Tencent? Okay, Tencent, it own WeChat, it own League of Legends for those who play game lah. I'm also not very good lah, but if you play game, okay, League of Legends, WeChat is owned by Tencent. Yeah. And then second one, Alibaba Group. So Alibaba, you know lah, Taobao, Tmall, Lazada, Tianmao, it's under Alibaba as well. And then for India, Reliance is oil and gas, and then ICICI Bank is kind of their main bank lah, basically. So this is where they invest mainly in China and India, and it's also stated the companies. Okay, so now we know this is the fund, this is the fund manager, this is where they invest. Let's look at their historical performance. Okay, so in the history, 1 year, if you invest 1 year ago, because just now I said this is as at 31st October, which means if I invest last year, 1st of November 2020 until 31st October, my investment could have increased by 19.13% if I invest 1 year ago. Yeah, so this is audited account, is public. Yeah. Okay, if you look at 3 years, so what does 3 years means? If I invest 3 years ago, my investment would increase 48.79%. So to do a simple calculation, 48.79, if you divide by 3, you will get 16.26 per annum. So that means if I invest it 3 years ago, I actually increased and I earned 16.26 for the past 3 years. If I invest 5 years ago, so now it's 2021, 5 years ago is 2016, 2016. Yeah. So if I invest 2016 today, if I invest 100,000 today, my money is 166,000. So if I use 66 divided by 5, average per annum is 13.22%. So this is the performance. And if you think that I want to check from the first day this fund started, so just now I said the fund started in 2010 January. 2010 until today, it's 11 years, 12 years, or 12 years already, sorry, not 11 years, 12 years. So it's 144.88% divided by 12 years. Every year is still earning 12%. So this is one of the funds that has been performing very well. That is because of China and India has grown very well for past 12 years. So this is one of the investment options available in insurance. Okay, all right. Okay, so, how is it so far? How is it? Any questions about this unit trust before I continue to take on that? So what I shared right now, it's very, very similar to all the public mutual unit trust. You can get the same fund fact sheet, more or less this info you can get for all the funds. They're going to give you the same info. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any questions? Any things? Yeah. No, nothing. Yeah. Adam, you good? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Awesome. Okay. So basically, investment link is a combination of insurance, the 4 things we learned, and then with this mutual fund kind of investment, I can choose whatever I want and I put under account and create that new product called investment link plan. Yeah. So I try to break down to simple understanding. Yeah. So so that means outside when you buy any unit trust is only for investment. There has no life, basically no insurance at all. So investment link is basically, okay, I like the investment. I think I also need insurance. So I just go and choose the insurance I want. I put together and put under one plan. That's all. Just put under one account. So that is called investment link insurance. So this is one of the hot investment tool plus insurance financial tool, I will say for past 20 years. Yeah. Prior to this, this investment link plan that I'm talking right now, I also don't know is good, it's good or bad. The first investment link plan actually launched in 1997. It's 24 years ago. So quite sad to say that Malaysia take 24 years. The public is still not too sure what is that. It's still a lot of like, wrong information flying around, but it's already 24 years. Yeah, and this is what I shared with you for all 4 days. It's what investment link about, and it's already for 24 years, 1997. And the first company who launched this is Prudential. So Prudential always product innovator and really always start up with this latest and quite daring to start with this new product. Until 2000 start to get hot, the market start to accept, but a lot of people still like, ew, got investment now, ew, what is that? So a lot of people still cannot accept. So it's 2000 and then start to move on and then start to boom. So Prudential is number 9 company in Malaysia in year 2000, number 9. And then it starts to grow. So it takes 20 years to be the number 1 company right now in Malaysia. So investment link is one of the main contributor that have create the name and come up to the markets. Yeah. So a little bit of history. Before investment link launch, what policy people buy is called a traditional policy. So that means there's 2 types only. Either it's traditional policy or investment link policy. So traditional policy, what is the difference? Traditional policy is, I'll give you an example, EPF. Okay, now every month you deduct, your salary is deducted, contribute to EPF. But do you know where do EPF invest your money or not? We don't know. When they announce like, oh, they donate, don't know, 1 billion for Banjil. But we are like, hey, what happened to my money? Which company you invest? Is it local, overseas? We have no idea. So this is what happened in a traditional insurance policy. Company do not need to disclose where they invest the money. Then they just have to announce, oh, this year we declare 6%, this year we declare 4%, economy good. Like EPF, we don't know when they declare 6%, they declare 5%, at their mercy. So last time the insurance is like that. It's called traditional policy. They don't have to disclose where they invest, not transparent. You cannot choose. You cannot say you want to invest US or China or India, you cannot choose. So traditional is close the door, invest behind. Okay. And then same thing, you can choose the insurance, but they put inside their bundle and then they sell to you. So it's very rigid. It's like one package like that. So last time not flexible. So until investment link, it become a la carte already. It very much like, hey, sure, I want this, I don't want this. And then I put into the account and then I compile it. And that's the plan I want. Yeah. So some simple understanding for investment link versus traditional. Yeah. So this is the part of it. Okay. So now let me continue to move on. If I were to stop here, then you say, okay, then that means I can also buy any mutual fund. I can also buy any unit trust. What's so different about investment link? Yeah. Until here, it's still quite the same. So let me move on. So what is the benefit if I were to invest in a unit trust, but in insurance platform? What is the additional advantage I can have? So number 1, investor always invest for long term. So the fund size always growing. It's always on the growth. Hence, the fund manager can actually employ a strategy called averaging down investment strategy. One of the biggest fund size is 11 billion. One of the fund that Prudential having is 11 billion, and Prudential have to call a stop. Okay, this fund stop already. We don't want already. We don't want already. Then have to open another fund. Okay, now invest this fund. This fund stop. Cannot, too big already. Susah to handle. So it's 11 billion. So the advantage is okay. Let's say example today, if you were to invest in any unit trust company, you invest, and then when the market is good, hey, make money already, take out, you will take the fund out. So the fund is always up and down. And then, hey, this fund good, okay, take money, I move to the other fund. It's like you buying share like that. So it will move from one to another. But for insurance platform, the investor mindset is very different. The investor, okay, invest 10 years, 20 years. Don't plan to take out one. So the fund will just keep on increasing. So when you are a fund manager, when you're managing a fund knowing that you will have keep inflow, you don't worry when the investment is down. I still have fund. I still can buy at the lower price. But if just imagine today you invest, you buy anything. When the price go down, and then you are like, hey, no more cash already. You go down, and no more cash already. I have to wait for it to go up. But if you still have cash, coming in, you go down, bagus, buy something will go down. So when it bounce back, you earn more. So this is one of the main difference when you have a ongoing inflow of fund. So in terms of investment, insurance will have these different features. Number two, Prudential is Asia-focused global multinational company. So we have a separate investment arm, East Spring Investment, from China to Hong Kong to Singapore. We have East Spring everywhere. So we are resourceful in access all the info. Yeah. And number three, this is an important one. According to Financial Services Act 2013, where you can Google FSA 2013, when you nominate your beneficiary, and the beneficiary you nominate is your direct family. Example, I put my parents, or I put my wife, or I put my children. That's called direct family. So if I pass away, the money in insurance account will turn into auto trust. Okay. So when it turn into auto trust, then the money will become creditor proof. Yeah. So this act is particularly for insurance because government want the money is meant to protect your family. So we understand the fundamental rules of Financial Services Act. Yeah. Okay. Now let's say example. Now I'm a businessman. I buy insurance. I buy 5 million. Now if I pass away, there will be a lot of creditor, supplier, or maybe income tax will come after all my assets because I'm running a business. But this is my insurance money. This money is meant to take care of my family. So that's why government put this in the Financial Services Act. If the money is for your direct family, it should be creditor proof. So be it supplier, creditor, income tax, cannot go after this money. This is your insurance money that meant to take care of your family. So that's why only if your beneficiary is direct family member, it will turn into auto trust and become creditor proof. Okay. So not only creditor proof, it also will speed up in paying to the family member. That means don't have to go through the inheritance process, go to the court saying this is whose money this is my wife no . So you don't have to go through all the process, directly pay to the direct family. So that is what Financial Services Act inside there, one of the clause that can protect Malaysians through insurance. So that is another thing . And number 4, PIDM, Perbankan Insurance Deposit Malaysia. The government agency protect up to 500,000 of your takaful or insurance money if the company closed down. So for a bank, it's only 250,000. For insurance company, is 500,000. Like I said, insurance company is more secure in the eye of government, because there's no way you lose money. But for a bank, you still would have a default loan. People don't pay the loan. But this one, you just keep taking premium money. Yeah. Okay. So these are the 4 extra benefits if someone were to invest in insurance that would be better off as compared to unit trust. Okay, that's it for the investment parts that I want to cover. Maybe I can share a little bit of this. Let me open up first. Okay. So I can share some others info. Okay. So these are others fund because I don't show all, but you can go to the website there. You can look for different fund. So there are some others information, but the same thing that we will look at it. Okay, this one is called Equity Focus, which is a local fund. Just now that one is China and India. So Equity Focus Fund, you can see this one started from 2015. The fund size is 1 billion. Yeah, 1.081 billion. So this one will have a breakdown of invest in financial sector, technology, telecommunications. And you can see here the top companies that invested: Public Bank, Maybank, Tenaga, CIMB. So it's very certain how this company can never go wrong. If this company go wrong, Malaysia, so you hold ringgit also, it's not worth the value idea. Yeah. So this is invest in local. So here also you have the breakdown. So local investment is lower. You can see 3 years is getting 16.5. So it's about 5%. So 27% for 5 years is about 5%. So local has been performing underperforms. Local market is not doing that well. Yeah. So this is local, and then we have global. This is global. Nowadays, more on global. This is global. So we said, we are tapping on East Spring investment strength. So we invest in Microsoft. Yeah, see Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft, Apple. Yeah, Amazon, Alphabet. Alphabet is Google. Yeah, Google's mother company is Alphabet. So this is more US focused. So you can see US is this is a new fund. This one just launched in 2020 October, less than 1 year. So this is a new investment. Yeah. At the moment, only 98 million. So this just now that one is 1 billion. This is 98 million. So this is local, 98 million, less than a year. So this one, 6 months, 3.98. Yeah. So this one, normally this one, I think global would be more than 10, quite easily more than 10. So these are the companies. Yeah. If you heard about JP Morgan, always heard about JP Morgan. Yeah, JP Morgan liquidity. So this investment is not so high risk. That means they allocate a portion is on the safe side a little bit, kind of like FD kind of investment. Yeah. Yeah, and then Global Navigator. This is another fund that I personally like. Global Navigator. This one will invest in different countries. Their index. Yeah. Example as S&P 500, Japan. So they invest in global. And this one has been performing quite well. 3 years about 25.96. Last year is about 19. 5 years about 36%. Yeah. Yeah. So these are the investment choice that actually Prudential also offer. But again, how much the market is ready. So that's why I always feel the agents are important, because the customers are still at a very, I would say at a very early stage. They are still very much on like, is it true? I trust you. Okay, I trust you. But then investment, you cannot be just trust you. So we have to educate the customers. We have to review and keep the customers updates. Yeah. All right. So okay, let's hear from you. As an understanding of insurance product, basically is a nasi campur that you can pick your insurance, you pick your investment, and then put under one account. It's either I pick more investment or I pick more insurance. You just choose. Just help customer to choose. And most importantly is understand what they want and then help them to choose accordingly. Yeah. Okay, let's hear from you. Any feedback, Jean?
Yep. Well, today's okay. Hello.
Yeah, hearing.
I hear my echo. It's right. Cool. Well, today's lesson is very informative and complicated because it's pretty much different from the previous class. Because this is more about numbers and investment. All right. Okay. First of all, is the customer they can choose whatever investment they wanted to go in, right? Meaning to say, just now that you proposed the Dragon Phoenix fund, right?
Yep.
So if today they have a different kind of investment, then they can choose whatever they want, and then then they can mix and match with the full coverage into a product.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
correct.
Cool.
So normally right now the markets they are still on choosing the insurance, not so much in choosing the investment. Lately the markets are more ready into investment now. Earlier the customers are not so ready yet. They still think insurance, I choose insurance.
I see. All right. Yes. So what if I face the customer, they are willing to go for this investment thing, and then they probably will ask which investment fund I should go for. Then should I go and study for them and then propose to them, oh, this investment fund is the best, go for global or go for a local investment? Should I go and study and then let them know what is the figure and then what is the forecast and etc.
Generally, we would to be honest, like so many funds, generally we will just hot pick 3 and then we will just tell them, example, for local, this is what we will recommend. Of course, the reason to justify, fund size, and then this, and then I will say, if you want to go for local, that means you believe Malaysia is going to recover next year. And right now, normally, I'm hopeless with this government. So that's why we will be like, okay, I agree. I think the results shows as well for past few years. So they were like, okay, let's go global. Okay, then global is simple. Either you believe in East or you believe in West. They are fighting now, US versus China. And then if they are like, oh, I think China is strong. Okay, so you can either 100% China, or you want to go 50-50 to balance out, you can go 50-50. Then you can just choose 2 funds, 50-50. So far, right now, all the discussions will all end up with either 50-50 or 70-30, with one global, which is more on the Western investment, like the counters I talk about, Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet. So this one, and then the China one will be the Alibaba, Tencent. Yeah, these are the main 2 giants. End of the day, actually, our investment is not that much. It's only on these 2 ends only.
I see. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
So you will be asking what they believe, lor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. You know.
Yeah, on top of it, you don't need to worry because the fund they can switch 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They can switch as well.
Yeah,
So the money that meaning to say, so in the first year, I already invest in the Dragon Phoenix, okay, and then until after 1 year, then I see, hey, the performance doesn't do as I expected. Then I
Yeah,
can
I don't
switch
like
it to the
China.
money. Yeah.
I don't like. I don't like China. The way they do things, I don't like. Okay, then let's
all right.
switch. Yeah, you can switch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why we would encourage to do review. We say, okay, at least once a year, I will catch up with you. We talk. So it's not necessary every time I catch up with you, I must talk about insurance. We can also talk about where you're going to invest. So far this year, how about property? No lah, I think property no good lah. I think excess the deal. Then would you want to increase here? Then so it's quite open discussions every year, and actually customers are welcome as well lah to discuss about what are the options right now.
All right. I
Yeah.
see. So the next question is, will this investment become matured? Meaning to say, if I ask a person to buy this for me, then I can propose to him, say that, oh, if you invest in this fund for 20 years or 30 years, then you doesn't need to pay anymore. The fund will keep continuing increase, but it's until 30 years, then it's already stopped. But if it doesn't withdraw it out, it will keep going. Is it something like this? Or it doesn't mature? You have to pay until you die.
Okay, this is the part where I say when we pick the investment, pick the insurance, when we combine under the account, then we'll have a different options from there. It create a different options like, okay, you pay 5 years, then after that no need to pay. Oh, you pay 10 years, after that no need to pay. Then it creates more different options for the customers lah. Either it's like, okay, this one you pay until anytime you don't feel like paying, you can stop. This one is 5 years only, after that don't have to pay. So from there, we actually created different product. But what you learn is the organic. After combine, then it become a different plan. Let's say, okay, this plan, now we put a name called PruWell Plus, you know. So all kind of to me, all kind of marketing name only lah. But eventually, what is the difference in this name is, okay, this one allow you to pay only 5 years. This one will allow you to pay 10 years, things like that. Yeah, but it all come down to this organic, these five functions of insurance. They combine and create something new according to current customer needs.
I see. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Second thing is because you're saying that this is an investment. For in my perspective, investment there will be a risk of loss. Meaning to say that the money you put in, it is not in the result. It maybe will be go up or down. For example, you put 100 ringgit, but after 5 years, the investment that doesn't do good, then you get back 95 ringgit, so you lost 5 ringgit. Or if it's going good, then you're getting back 100 to 120 ringgit, then you earn 20 ringgit. So is that a risk? Because just now you're saying that they have a trustee or something like this, then just to secure our investment. So simply to say that if I propose to my customer, should I say that this is a 100% guarantee you will earn? Or there's a risk that you will lose?
Jane.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If anything, 100% they guarantee you, let me know. I'll definitely
Yeah.
maybe either a scam or something else. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you're right, Jun. Investment, so it is subject to risk. So example just now, let's say I talk about Microsoft. Okay, lately Microsoft have launched a new technology whereby they call it a holograms or whatever. So it helps a lot of companies to make more profit, to make more precise decisions. So their sales is like shooting up. They foresee they're going to shoot up a lot. So their share just shoot up, I think probably 20-30%, just shoot up. So, so if it's part of the fund investment, then it shoot up lah. Okay. So I'm giving you another study. Alibaba. Lately, when is the last time you hear Jack Ma talking? There's a season that every now and then you will hear like Jack Ma says, Jack Ma quotes. But nowadays you hardly hear him because the China politically it's kind of like attack him and he just go low. Even he has a lot of plan to go for this Ant Finance. It's supposed to go listed as well. It's also the whole project failed, and it seems that the government is eating up the company. So his share price has go down a lot for past. I think for past 3 months, probably down by, I don't know, 20% or 30%. Yeah. So that means the Dragon Peacock fund that I show you, it's already net off that losses. So probably the fund manager have to act fast to cut loss. Yeah, so they have to act fast to cut loss and switch to another counter. So this is the fund manager jobs. So for us, what you see is the fund manager already do whatever he should do. Yeah. So it's still, to me, you ask me, yes, there's still a risk there. Yeah, or let's say now we talk about Omicron plus Delta upcoming. Everyone is like worried, will it attack the medical system or not? So the fund manager have to study, should they switch to pharmaceutical or not? If it's attack pharmaceutical, I mean, if the medical system is being tested again, which company is going to benefit? Some companies going to benefit as well. Okay, will glove be coming back or not? Some say no, glove won't come back already. So are we talking about the next vaccine, the next oral vaccine example? So the fund manager have to study and switch accordingly. Yeah. Right. So is there risk? Yes, there's still risk. But then normally it's short term. That means, let's say if you buy and then for next 3 months, maybe happen these 3 months, the virus, the COVID strike again, and then it affect, generally it will drop. So that's why the investment have to put longer term to let the recovery for safety. Yeah. So normally when investment, we will say at least you must put at least 5 to 10 years.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yep. So to answer, yes, it will lose.
Okay.
Yes.
Understand it. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's all.
Okay, good. Adam.
Okay. I think Jin already covered most of it, but I have one question though. If the customer itself, like you mentioned, you have to invest like 5-10 years, the long-term ones. What happens if they decided to back off from that investment?
If they decided to back off, they will take based on the current market price.
Okay, but their policy have to change as well, right? Because you say it's combined, right?
Okay. Getting more technical. Probably I should go on that. Okay, we have a different policy. There are policy which is we put under an account, but we have a sub account which is like, okay, this is the investment part. So you want to take your investment, you can take this investment part. So it won't affect the insurance part. So they can be a setup like this, a structure like this. They can also be a setup where just combine both together.
Okay.
So it depends that particular plan he or she is buying, how the setup like, is the investment separated from investment or is combined together. So let's say example, just now Jin also asked about, is there any investment like invest for short term? Okay, I invest only 5 years or I invest only 10 years. Then after that, I no need to invest a day. Just let my investment continue to roll on. So normally plan like this is a combination of investment and insurance mixed together one. So a plan like that, if they mix together, you want to withdraw, you want to withdraw, you can still withdraw, but it will based on the current market rate lah.
Okay.
That means, let's say example, wow, this year the investment shoot up 50%. And then, wow, I actually made profit. I want to take. Yeah, you can still take. Yeah, when I say 5 to 10 years is for safety reason now. But if it's make profit in 2 years, you want to take, you can still, by all means, you can still take it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, last year, not last year, but I already in 2022. In fact, this year, there is an offer, there is a promotions where Prudential say if you invest a certain amount, Prudential rebate, and it rebate up to 12% of amount invested. So when you net off everything, basically invest already earned. So basically, the customers can cash out his money somewhere June when they get the rebate, because that promotion Prudential say we will rebate you next year June. You buy this year June, we rebate you next year June. So the customer just have to hold until next year June. The rebate is 12% of amount invested. So, and within this year, if the customers make a certain return, the customer will probably catch up by next year June. So sometimes we have, when Prudential desperate for business, then we can capitalize on some opportunity like this. This is how the company will push for sales.
How did the fund perform after 1 year?
This one, the fund, this one, wait, let me think, is sold in, I think, September. So far for past 3 months, it has grown about 2 to 3% so far. So far it has performed. To me, it's performing well. So far the performance, I am expecting at least 8 to 10% for until next year June. Yeah, so far on track.
Okay.